So I wanted to share this quick overview for you. I had a couple construction clients that use SharePoint, and what they were looking to do is every time a new project comes on, they want to auto build and provision a SharePoint site, um, two lists, a contact list and a subcontractor list, and then auto create an email group and notify all the users within that group that the site is up and running. Okay, so typically this would be a challenge. You'd either have to write custom scripts or you'd have to manually go in and create these each time a new project is built. So what I've built here is a self-service model so that an administrator, maybe a department manager can go in, enter the data, IT can approve it, and then things will get auto-built. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look. This is the workflow as I built it, and I'll come back to this in a minute, but let's go into my SharePoint site, and I've created a list called SharePoint Management. And within this SharePoint Management, I've customized my columns. I've got a new site name, site description, create a contacts list, create subs, and then a view flow, which I'll talk about here in a minute. So this becomes really simple. It's self-service. When somebody needs a new project site, they come in, we auto build the title so we can track it through the workflow. They can come in and let's see that we're going to use this is going to be the Fort Point project and put in a description. And I can have checkboxes and these can determine whether things get auto created. So in this case, I've defaulted create a contacts list and a subs list so that those get auto generated. And if I click save, it's going to go ahead and update this SharePoint list. Now, in the background, the K2 server is pulling the information and it's kicking off a workflow. And that workflow is going to do a number of things. First, you're going to need IT approval to get that site built. And secondly, it's going to go through and do some of those tasks for us. So if I click refresh, now I've got a link to view flow. Now the view flow is K2's way of showing you a visual representation of where the steps are in the workflow. So you can see here that we've kicked off our workflow. I did an update list to post that view flow link, and now we've stopped at the IT approval step. So if I go ahead and open up a new browser and come into my portal, within the SharePoint homepage for my portal, I've got the K2 work list. And you can see here, here's my task, and this will list all the tasks that are assigned to me as the administrator. And I can come in here and if I click on the flyout menu, I can open the form, I can auto approve it, reject it, I can put it to sleep, I can share it, assign it to somebody else. But let's go ahead and open the form. And in this form, I'm going to see all the information that was entered, and I can make modifications if I need to, if I see a spelling error or there's some kind of problem. By default, we include an attachment upload type of view that you can go in and upload attachments. But in this example, I'm just going to come in and approve this, click submit, and understand that these forms can be totally customized. This is just the default form. I didn't do anything pretty or make it look nice. I'm not a graphic designer, but you can do that and apply style sheets and those types of things. And you can surface these forms either in the context of SharePoint or outside SharePoint. So now the item's been submitted. So let's go ahead and come back to my workflow and you can see it's been approved and now it's going through the sub steps. So it's creating the site for that particular project. If the boxes are checked, it'll create a contact list and a subs list. And then I'm going to take it a step further. I'm going to create an email group for that particular project. So I've got a distribution list. I'm going to add a user to the group, and then I'm going to send a confirmation email that that's all done. Okay, so it's going to take a sec to go through and do all these different bits and pieces. But if we come in here and I come back to my portal now, and I come to my IT management subsite, here are all the different sites that I've created. You can see that I put them in the quick links bar up here, and if I click on Fort Point, you can see that it auto created this project subsite for me. And you could have a selection drop down to choose the different types of sites, whether it's a team site or a project site. That's an option that you can do. But you can also see that I've created a project contacts list as well as a subcontractors list. Okay, so all this was done automatically through that quick form that was built into that SharePoint list and automatically done. Now, the final step there is that we actually send an email to all the folks. We could send it to all the folks on the project group, and it gives them the link as well as the new email distribution group that's been created so they have availability, they can click and get started. Now we can do all types of other things. If I come in here to this workflow, I could add other steps. So pretty much the sky's the limit. We can do things like Azure Active Directory and user steps. We've got the ability to integrate with CRM. So if they're using CRM, we can actually create entities, update entities, and access CRM through our smart objects. And then we've got a ton of different controls that can help you do Active Directory steps. We can auto build SharePoint libraries and lists, update them, manage permissions. So lots of different things to make IT's life a whole lot easier when it comes to SharePoint. Okay, that's the end of this quick brief. If you have any questions, come see us at k2.com. Thanks.